So in this video, we're going to take a look at scatter plots and the way that they have relationships. So we can either classify them as linear or nonlinear relationships when we take a look at them. So basically, we're just kind of looking at the data, looking at all these points and going, do they kind of make a line shape? Are they somewhat linear? So in this case, it's kind of more of a blob, but it's a blob that looks somewhat like it's a line. I can see that this data is going downward. Okay, so it's basically following this line. So this is what we call a negative linear relationship because it's going down from left to right. So this is a linear and it's negative. Okay, as x increases, as this bottom increases, y tends to go down. So now if I look at nonlinear relationship, well, I can see this big blob of points, but there's really no pattern. I can't really say they're going down. I can't really say they're going up. There's just this other piece here. It just kind of looks like a cloud to me. And I like drawing a little cloud around it because it just makes me remember it's just a cloud of data. It's not really any kind of relationship that I can see. So we call that no correlation. It looks like just a cloud of points. There's no obvious pattern. Okay. And then we have a positive linear relationship. So we can see it looks very similar to the first one we did, but now it's going up from left to right. So we call that positive because it's got a positive slope or a positive correlation. It's going up from left to right. Okay, so now we're going to describe these. So let's describe the patterns first, and then we're going to look at the questions. So with this one, I have this kind of U shape. It's not a line, but it's also not just a cloud. It does, in fact, have some kind of correlation, but it's not a linear pattern. Okay. Figure number 2 definitely has a linear positive correlation. That's a line that's going up from left to right. So figure number 3, that's just a big old group of points. There's not really any line here that I can figure out. So that's just a cloud, right? That's no correlation at all there. Doesn't really look like a pattern. Figure number 4, that looks like a perfect line, right? Those all look like they're nicely in line. They might be a teeny tiny bit off, but that's definitely a negative linear relationship. Okay, so now that we've looked at the pattern, we've kind of grouped these, we can answer the questions below. So the first question is, which set of data appears to have a positive linear relationship between its two variables? So the only one that we looked at positive was this first one, or the second one here, figure number 2. So that one definitely has a positive linear relationship. Okay. Second question says, which data set appears to show a negative linear relationship between its two variables? Well, that was this fourth one that we can see. It's definitely a negative line going from left to right, down from left to right. So that's figure number 4. And then we had which data set appears to show a nonlinear relationship between its two variables. So it's a nonlinear relationship, but it's still some kind of pattern. There is still a relationship. So that's what they're talking about with figure 1. It's not linear, but it's not no correlation. There's still some pattern there, right? That we can definitely see it's happening. And then which set of data appears to show no relationship between its two variables? Well, that would be that cloud, right? There's no actual pattern that we can see. So that would definitely be figure number 3. So that is looking at the types of linear or nonlinear groupings that we can have with our scatter plots. I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.